coughed and cleared my throat right in the very beginning, but that should be high, should be easy to find. Okay, let's start over. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Pink Girly here from Time to Be Creative. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for visiting my channel. Today, I'm just going to do a walkthrough of 2 journals that I have in my Etsy shop. I was going to do that a little earlier today, but we lost our internet connection. So I'm trying to play a little bit of a catch up here because I want to get this done so I can get on with my next project. So my idea with these journals was to make them themed around fairies. Excuse me, I've got something in my throat. And to make 2 journals that were similar but a little bit different, thinking a mom and a child could share them and journal together, but yet independently, or maybe sisters might like to have the same journal, or best friends. I think it might be fun to journal together where you could share some secrets and then have other things in your journal that you would, keep to yourself. And I just thought it might be a fun idea. And so these 2 journals, like I said, are themed around fairies. And they both, I should get the other one out here, have the same cover for the most part. I flipped this material on the one and then flipped it the other way on the other one. But basically, other than that, they're the same. Of course, this one's smaller. And you'll see throughout the book that they're pretty much the same too. They just have a little bit of variety, and some of the images are a little different. So I'm going to try to do this fairly quickly. It's got plenty of fluff. Alligator mouth. I've got the back covered the same way. This is a hardback book that I covered, and I made this little dangly thing with a pair of wings at the bottom to signify fairy wings. And I just have some sari ribbon, I guess they call it here, to tie it closed. And some ruffles. In the larger book, which measures, I did have a cheat sheet, but in all the hullabaloo with my internet, I think I've misplaced that. So this one measures, I don't want to not say it correctly. I have it on my Etsy site. This one measures 5.5, and I think it's 6 about 6 3/4. And this one has more than 80 pages. I did make a tassel out of the different materials that I used in the journal, and I'm not sure how this will come across, but it is, the basic color on the cover is a deep plum eggplant kind of color. And then I used the same fabrics inside and made a little pocket and just slipped an extra image of a fairy. Lavender fairy on that side and the snapdragon on this side. And these images are from books by Cecily Mary Barker. Oh, that just reminded me. I have her name wrong in my description on Etsy. I got to go in and change that. And this is another book that I took a part of hers. And this is the little book that tells you the secret of the fairy rings. So I just have that tucked in the pocket. And then throughout the book, I have a variety of images from Cecily's book. These are all her hand-drawn fairy images. Now, I'm not sure about the poetry. I'm assuming that's hers as well because it's in the book. And then I made some flags to go on the tops of the pages. And these, I just uploaded a video to show you how I make these. They kind of look like a tassel. So I have an extra one here, so I popped that in on that page. Graph paper that I've coffee dyed. This is just some tracing paper And this type of look here, I just used some of the Tim Holtz oxide inks and then did some stamping. And I got some vellum here. That's Tim Holtz vellum. And then just some random stamps, mushrooms and flowers. And didn't put this little guy back. There's a little cluster on that page. And then just a little garden book page. This is just a piece of avocado dyed paper. You can see my fingers are a wreck, but I'm going to the stylist, the salon, the end of the month. Very excited. My coffee dyed and avocado dyed fingers look terrible. So just more of these pages. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 signatures. These fairy images are just amazing. And then I put some Winkostella on the wings and a couple other spots. So when you do move the book, I don't think you can see it on camera. They just have a little bit of a sparkle. I love some sparkle. Just a little tag. There's plenty of room to journal. This is just an additional little piece of coffee stained paper. Look, Canterbury Bell Fairy. Oh, they're just too stinking cute. The Shirley Poppy Fairy. I just love the way the books look when you start filling them up with all your tchotchke stuff. Now this paper here, I did an echo dyed project. And there's one in the book a little further. I think it's this book where it almost looks like wings. And this is just from a bouquet of flowers that my neighbor gave me that she received for Mother's Day. And then another piece of little vellum that I just folded. And Cecily Mary Barker's One Fairy book. She had all kinds of flip-ups and different little things. So this is a little library card that I decorated the pocket with. And this is an echo dyed sheet of paper. I don't know if you can see the little imprints of the veg I put there. Coffee stained. And this little pocket has a tiny tag with a little stamp that says fairy and an ant. And in one of the books, there was a recipe for blackberry jam, Mother's blackberry jam. So I thought that was cute, so I included that. And then I've got a flag here. I mean, not a flag, a journaling card inside of a pocket, and then a little heart that makes a pocket with another little tag. This is the page I was telling you about. To me, they look like fairy wings. So I had to include that. And then some of the poems. Say plenty of room to write and to journal. This here, I thought it'd be cute to have a little pocket with some wings. So these are some fairy wings that I've stashed in the fairy book. And this is a Stamperia piece of paper, which I just think is beautiful. And then I added some pages from a travel book to London. Cecily Mary Barker was from England, and so I included those. And there she is. She died in 1973. Very talented lady. And then I've just got a journaling card there and some stamping. I wanted to give you plenty of Cecily's pages. This is just a little color card. Some more graph paper. Look at that little guy. my idea was thinking that it would be fun for two folks who have a relationship with each other to share the same type of journaling book. So I've made the larger version, which isn't very large. It's just a nice size. And then the smaller version. You've got a guest check there, which can be flipped up and you can journal underneath. And then we've got a little pocket down here with a little journaling card. And that little guy I framed with one of those old, this always escapes me. Oh, my dad used to show these all the time. Slide projector. And then I've got a journaling card in this pocket. And this little fairy, you just grab his toes to open your pocket to get your journaling card out. And it's just simply stamped. Just a little corner pocket and a journaling card. You can glue things on here. This is just another gardening book. The pages and images in this book were beautiful. It's called Fauna Flora. Beautiful, beautiful book. And this is one of the Observer's books to Wildflowers. And I just added that in. Love those little pages too. This just flips out. This is a portion of a page from Edith Holden's books. She's another wonderful artist. I mean, just really look at those little guys. And a little pocket here with some tickets. That little guy's keeping watch over. This I made an extra little I guess a little tablet, I guess you could call it. And I just put on here fairy sightings. And this has some of my avocado paper in it, where you can jot down when you spy a fairy and keep track. And the paper is the scrapbook paper from Stamperia. And I forget what that collection is called, but it's got the unicorns and the fairies. And then just some little fabric flags on the edges of the paper. Rolodex card. Another little cluster, fairy wishes. I just enjoy and really like building journals. This is another Eco-Dog page, but the flower petals stuck to that page, so I didn't dig them out. I just thought they looked kind of cute there. See, now that's starting to come loose, but I just left them on. And here I took a tea bag and scented it with some essential oils, so it smells like fairies. Journaling tag. Another little card. And here's a quote from Lewis Carroll. The first rule is that it must be a very hot day that we may consider as settled, and you must be just a little sleepy, but not too sleepy to keep your eyes open. Mind. Well, and you ought to feel a little, what one may call, fairy-ish. So just more of the same, plenty of room to journal. This is another portion of the story in one of Cicely Mary Barker's books. And there's the Lily of the Valley fairy. And a little pocket with a little playing card, decoupaged with some napkin. And here, if you open this little window, I have no fingernails, folks. I don't want to lift my little page, my little door. There's a little fairy behind there. And this little fella carrying the maple leaves, or the maple seeds, I should say. Another pocket with a little journaling card just folded in half with a tag. And here we have a few pockets with tags. May your day sparkle. This is just an avocado stained paper doily. Just needed something little and cute to tuck underneath that flower. And here's a little metal dangle tag. It says wish. And then we're coming to the end. And this is just a plain back. That's not a pocket. That's just decoration to match the front. So that's the larger version. And now we have the smaller version. And this one measures 4 and about 4, a little more than 4 1/4 by 6. And this has more than 60 pages. And like I said, it's made basically the same. Plenty of fluff. Tassel on the back. And covered the same way. And the closure is some sari ribbon. And in this little pocket, I put this little envelope that came in Miss Barker's book. Extremely delicate, almost transparent in parts. This is supposed to, they captured some fairy wings there. And then the same thing throughout the book. The images from Cicely Mary Barker. Look at her. The cornflower fairy. I just can't even imagine being able to draw like that. Vellum. Or coffee dyed paper. And this is one of the oxide stained papers. And then the poems. This is a piece of fern that I painted and sealed with gesso. And I just thought that looked cool, so I just stapled that in. I'm not really sure how long that'll last for you, but it's not dry or anything. It feels like it will keep. And then just more decorations of the pages, A little frame with a fairy behind it from the slide projector. And just a piece of vellum folded. There's some other things in the pocket there. Let's see what we have. Oh, I have it going the other way, so you see it on the flip side. A little bit about butterflies and moths, and this little poem is all part of one of the books. Some of the names of the flowers I've never heard. And then we've got a little tag that says dream, and plenty of flags on your pages. And then a little scented tea bag. And this one also has a little tablet for keeping track of your fairy sightings with the avocado dyed paper. And this is the Stamperia paper, which is just beautiful. Journaling card. You could really use that as a bookmark as well. The Song of the Forget-Me-Not Fairy. Beautiful. This is an envelope, and I just like the inside. I don't know where I picked that up, but I thought it'd be cute to journal on there. Maybe glue something here. Now we've just got some butterfly wings there. You could tuck something underneath. Look at these. Aren't they just adorable? Sweet pea fairies. And here's a little pocket with some fairy wings. And then a pocket here. Another little poem, and then a little ticket from one of the books. The Song of the Polyanthus, no idea, and the Grape Hyacinth Fairy. Love hyacinths. I'm not left-handed. I have a hard time scooting that in there. And then we've got a little tag pop behind that heart. And may your day sparkle. So you can see where they're similar, but yet a little different. And here we have a journaling card. Not we, me. Just stamped, a little bit of washi tape. Little tag. Every time I look at these fairies, I purchased another book to do another journal, and the more I think about it, I'm not sure I can take it apart. look. Another journaling tag. Some eco dyed paper. I love geraniums too. Look at the geranium. Very. Love it. And I thought that looked like a fairy wing there as well. So I had to include that. So plenty of fairies, plenty of places to journal or to glue, to store things. Little belly band, the heart. And here I have one of those garden pages. I thought the purple went well with this. Another journaling card. And there you have it. So these are my 2 fairy journals. They're already listed in my Etsy shop. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for joining me for the walkthrough, and I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget, take time to be creative. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.